Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's exclusive video, I'm going to be sharing with you 12 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that all have to do with the Japan niche. Now, all of the keywords have been carefully researched, and this is the full series for the previously uploaded videos to do with Japan from part 1 to part 5, so stay tuned. So just before we get started on these wonderful 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords, I'd like to remind you that if you are interested in videos such as these, where we dive in to an updated daily list of keywords for you to focus on for your low, medium and high content books, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon in order to be informed on all our new daily videos. And also, I'd like to quickly remind you that there is a 30-day free trial for Creative Fabrica, an all-access free trial for the full 30 days that allows you to download anything from KDP keywords to interiors and graphics and fonts that you can use in your cover and your interior. So utilize this wonderful service for 30 days for free. If you don't want to continue, just simply cancel before the 30 days is up, and you can find the link to that in the description box below this video. So let's hop straight to the keywords, starting with the first one, which is Japanese culture books for kids. Japanese culture book for kids has a keyword niche score of 61, green light, ready to go by self-publishing Titan's Chrome extension. Also, the total results is 473, which is below 1,000. The average bestseller rank is sitting below 400,000, and it is currently averaging 276,401. Average reviews 212, and the average price is $12.04. This is a wonderful keyword that could be utilized for any sort of book related to Japanese that is for children. So whether it's an activity book, whether it's a language learning book, whether you decide to create a book that's a high content that introduces children to the world of Japanese in terms of the culture, the norms, the traditions, the what to do and what not to do in Japan, that would be an amazing way for you to utilize this wonderful keyword and create a book on these. Another indicator is if you scroll down on the first page, we want to aim to find at least a minimum of 3 products with a BSR of 100,000 or less. They're not sponsored, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to ignore the top 2 because they are sponsored and there are ads running for these keywords. This one, for example, not sponsored. It has a BSR less than 100,000, sitting at 31,797. It is currently ranked in three categories, and this is a great way for us to know what are the correct categories, what are the best categories to choose manually when we are uploading our book. This one here also with a BSR less than 100,000, sitting at 88,874. Scrolling down again, we have a third book, 29,657, and it is approximately selling 240 copies on a monthly basis, generating around 775 American dollars. Scrolling down, we have a couple of other books as well that are selling really well. This one's sitting at 39,504, selling around 150 copies per month, generating approximately $658. This is 75,000. And it's generating around $411. So now you get the point. We've found a couple of books that are even more than 3 books that fulfill this promise. Now let's dive into the second keyword for the day. And our second keyword is Japanese activity books for toddler. This is also a fabulous keyword. It fits all the metrics in terms of profitability, starting with a strong keyword niche score by self-publishing Titan's Chrome extension of 56. Also, Amazon Scout Pro has given us a keyword niche score of number 6, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche. Coming to the total results, they are sitting around that 1,000 rank, which is also good to see, and it's sitting approximately, or exactly, my apologies, at 1,215. Average bestseller rank is also below 400,000, and it is averaging 296,999. Average reviews are a massive 2,429, and we have the average price of $7.56. Now, this is a great keyword to get started with. We know exactly what we need. We're targeting toddlers, and we don't know whether the toddlers are girls or boys yet. Not that it makes a difference, but some people would like to niche down according to that, and that way they would go ahead and design their covers based on that information. Also, we know what type of books they are? They are activity books, and they're for toddlers to do with Japanese. So really minimal drawings, minimal text as much, large print, 8.5 times 11 inches, and really allowing these toddlers to get to know Japanese, maybe using one words, the most common phrases, and then some wonderful illustrations or activities that are to do with toddlers, maybe like really simple drawings and coloring sheets, and also a mix of simple activities for toddlers to do with Japanese. Now you can also get some interiors available in Creative Fabrica for this wonderful niche as well. Now scrolling down, we have our first book ranked at 71,704. Now this one is selling approximately 60 pieces per month, generating $51. Scrolling down, we have a couple of other books that are selling quite well. This one's 31,000, and it is generally also selling around 210 pieces. And we've got other books that are doing well as well. This one's 75,000, which is our third book with a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less. This is another book also with a bestseller rank of 16,399. We've got 30,000 as well. So as you can see, we've got a couple of really good books. This one seems to match the box. This is 69,846. So as you can see, wonderful keyword. Highly recommend you get started. Now let's dive into our last and final keyword for the whole series, which is best books about Japan culture. Best books about Japan culture is a wonderful keyword to utilize for the 7 keyword slots on any book about Japan that you currently have in your portfolio that's already published or sitting in the draft section, or you're willing to publish a book about Japan and utilize the wonderful keywords that we've shared with you in all of the 4-part series about Japan. It sits at a total results of 111, which is fabulous, under 1,000. The average bestseller rank is sitting at 218,080, which is under 400,000. Average reviews 484. Average price is $12.98. And we're going to rely on Amazon Scout Pro here to provide us with a keyword niche score of number 6, which is a nice niche, perfect for the 7 keyword slots. It's really general, and it also will get your book ranking as well. Now, as usual, top 2 results are sponsored. We've got our third book right here with a BSR of 29,000, selling around 240 copies per day. This one's also 38,000. This one's 31,000. So right up here, we've just found 3 books not sponsored under BSR of 100,000 or less. 77,000, which is the 4th book. 59,000. Book number 6. Also, we've got 4,283, which is our book number 5. Book number 6 with a BSR of 49,000. So you get this how things are going here. So I've shared with you 3 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that have to do with Japan. I hope that you've enjoyed the whole series, and stay tuned for more wonderful keywords about other different topics as well. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about 2 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that have to do with one specific niche. Now, before we get started on this niche, and also the fabulous results that I have for you in today's video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell icon in order to be informed on all our new daily videos. You could also find a 30-day free trial for Creative Fabrica, which is my go-to when it comes to KDP interiors, graphics, keywords, fonts to use in your title and in your cover and interior as well. So if you would like to access Creative Fabrica completely for free for the first 30 days, then go ahead and click on the link in the description box below. You could also cancel before the 30 days is up without being charged if you find that this is not for you. So let's get started with the first keyword that I have in today's video, and the first keyword is connected to Japan. Now this is part 3 of the KDP keywords that are profitable about Japan, and we've talked about a couple of different keywords. You can check part 1 and part 2 linked in the description box below, and also at the end of the week I will compile all of these parts and upload them to the channel in order to have access to the full series. Now this keyword is absolutely amazing. It fits all the profitability metrics, checks all the boxes, has everything that we need to get started. It is learning Japanese textbook for beginners. It has a niche score by Self-Publishing Titans Chrome extension of 80. Absolutely fabulous. And also Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension seems to agree with Self-Publishing Titans, and they've given us a number 9 for this keyword, and it also categorizes it as a great niche. Now number 9 is the highest when it comes to the keyword niche score, and 80 is pretty good as well, and they complement each other beautifully. Now coming to the total results are 897. They are below 1000, which is also perfect. The bestseller rank is also under 400,000, and it is even under 100,000 in this case, which is even more better, and it averages 80,639. Average reviews are 1,579, and we have the average price of $21.56. Another thing is to look out for, apart from these wonderful results right here, is when you scroll down, just avoid the sponsored post, and you try to aim to find a minimum of 3 books that have a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less. Now we found our first one, which sits at a bestseller rank of 44,726, and is currently in 3 categories: in general Japan travel guides, foreign language instruction books, foreign dictionaries and thesaurus. Now why am I referring to this? It is because that it's important to notice the categories that the book that is going well is ranked in, so you can be able to choose similar categories when you are manually uploading your book. Another wonderful thing is there are no ads running, but this book has been recently published in January 19, 2024, yet it has maintained to make about 120 copies per month selling, and earns a revenue of $912 on a monthly basis, and it's selling quite well. And one of the biggest indicators is that the cover, as you can see, the cover is eye-catching. It's absolutely fabulous. Now when you scroll down here, we found our second book with a bestseller rank of 10,036, and it is selling around 360 copies per month, and it is also generating around a massive $5,340 on a monthly basis. Scrolling down, we also have other books as well with a really good bestseller rank. This one's 9,623. That is selling around 390 copies, generating $3,153 on a monthly basis. Also the fourth book with a BSR of 13,124, selling around 330 copies. And we have also other books that are selling quite well. 10,000 is the bestseller rank, generating around 3,109, selling 360 copies. So we're all good when it comes to finding a minimum of 3 books with a BSR of 100,000 or less, selling consistently. Get onto this niche. Now the only aspect that is missing that I would add, and that also creates a wonderful opportunity for you to sub niche, is the audience. So we have the type of book, it's a textbook. We have the language, it's Japanese, it's a learning languages textbook, it's for beginners. So we know that our audience is going to be complete beginners. We need to start from scratch. But who are our audience? Are they kids? Are they adults? If they're adults, are they seniors? Are they, belonging to a specific career? For example, are they nurses, doctors, accountants? Maybe creating a terminology types of book would be great for them as well, because it would allow them to learn the basics of the terminology, Japanese terminology that's connected to their own career, such as medical terminology, finance terminology, and so on. So it's completely up to you. Utilize this how you see it necessary, and let's head to the second and final keyword for the day, and it's also connected to the first one. So this one is learning Japanese workbook for beginners. Be mindful that the previous one was learning Japanese textbook for beginners, yet this one utilizes the same keyword, but rather than textbook we have workbook. So for example, if you're creating a book, then it would be advised to have this as the title and have this as the 7 keyword slots, because of how amazing it is in terms of the results, and also because the total results right here sit at 4,276. It is ideally to be used either for the subtitle or for the 7 keyword slots on anything to do, any book to do with learning Japanese, whether it's for children, whether it's for adults, whether it is an activity book, a workbook, a high content book. This would be a great opportunity to utilize it. Now let's break down the results. We have a keyword niche score of 68, fabulous, and a keyword niche score of number 7 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, categorizing this wonderful keyword as a nice niche. Coming to the total results, as I said, there are a little slightly on the higher side, but don't worry, this is perfect for the 7 keyword slots. 4,276. average bestseller rank is under 400,000 and it's sitting at an average of 119,626 average reviews, 1,021 average price is $15.16. Then again, look at the books. We have 13,000 as the bestseller rank. We also have 10,000 as the bestseller rank as our second book, and our third book is 9,000 as the bestseller rank, and also 44,000 right over here, 13,000. We have 73, 44,000 as the bestseller, also 17,000 in 10,000. So we've managed to find over 8 or so books just halfway through the page with a BSR of less than 100,000. So these were the 2 keywords for the day. I wish you all the best. Let me know what kind of videos you're interested in, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and have a great day. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to be covering 3 Amazon KDP keywords that are profitable, they are high demand, they are low competition, and they are a combination of medium and high content keywords that will allow you to create wonderful books and get started. Now, all of the 3 keywords that I will share in today's video, they are all linked under one specific niche, which is the Japan niche, and this is part 2. I've talked about the Japan profitable KDP keywords that are being carefully researched in part 1. I will link the video for part 1 in the description box below. You can go ahead and access that. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, click on the bell icon, click on the subscribe button in order to be notified on all our new videos that are uploaded on a daily basis covering Amazon KDP, as well as tips and strategies that I personally use myself to make passive income and that have worked for me personally. Also, you can find the 30-day free trial linked in the description box below for an all-access account to Creative Fabrica for the full 30 days. You can access KDP keywords, graphics, fonts to allow you to use them in your covers as well as in your interior. So take advantage of the free trial for Creative Fabrica. Now, with that being said, let's head straight to the first keyword out of the 3 for the day, and our first keyword is Japan culture for kids. Japan culture for kids has a total results of 5,833, and yes, I hear you, it is slightly on the higher side compared to what we usually go through, which is anything below 5,000. Now, of course, the lower the better, but don't fear, because this is a really general keyword that you could utilize for the 7 keyword slots because of its total results being a little bit high. Also, another strategy that you can be able to use to cut through that total results and get it as low as possible is to sub niche. For example, Japan culture for kids. What are you selling here? Are you selling an activity book? Are you selling a coloring book? Are you selling a let's say, for example, a high content book that features and teaches children about Japanese culture? Then if you're teaching about culture that is to do with Japan's culture, are you focusing on its food culture? Are you focusing on its traditions and cultural norms? Are you focusing on specific areas in Japan? There's a lot of opportunity for you to sub niche. Also, now if you are creating anything to do with Japan and that is currently in your Amazon KDP portfolio, because I've shared a couple of keywords before and I know some people have taken that and started creating books as well for these keywords. If you're one of these people, or if you would like to create and utilize any of the keywords that we talk about to do with the Japan niche, then you could utilize this wonderful keyword for your 7 keyword slots and get your book ranking. Now, there are many indications that this is a profitable keyword, so don't be afraid of the total results being a little bit on the higher side. The average bestsellers rank is exactly where we want to be, which is around that 400,000 average, and it's currently averaging at 426,455. Average reviews are 116. Average price is $11.60. We do have a keyword niche score number 6 by Amazon's Cat Pro Chrome extension, which it categorizes this wonderful keyword as a nice niche. Another indicator is when we are scrolling down on the first page, we want to avoid the first 2 books that are sponsored, and we want to aim to get a minimum of 3 books on the first page, not sponsored, and they have a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less. For example, this one just appeared right here. It has a bestseller rank of 88,874. There are no ads running, and it's been published in 2022. Next, we have another book that has no ads running. It's all about Japan and includes stories, songs, crafts, and games for kids. And it also meets our criteria for the BSR. It has a BSR of 31,000. This is our third book. It has a BSR of 39. So just now, we're not even a quarter way through the first page, and we've managed to find 3 books with consistent sales with a BSR of 100,000 and less. This one, for example, Japan Travel for Kids, and look at this, it's selling on approximate 150 copies on a monthly basis, generating around $753. We've got also other books as well that are selling quite well, and now we have managed to find our 4th book that has a BSR of under 100,000, and this one sits at 38,926, selling around an approximate of 150 copies per month, and also generating around $984 on a monthly basis. And we have other books also that are selling quite well, and that is all what we need to know that this book is profitable. I wouldn't be discouraged by the total results. Talked about a couple of strategies to help you get started and utilize this amazing keyword. So Japan culture for kids was our first keyword for the day. Let's hop on to our second one, and our second keyword is learning Japanese for teens. Just waiting for this to load a little bit. Now, learning Japanese for teens has promising results. First of all, we have a strong and solid keyword niche score by self-publishing Titan's Chrome extension of 68. Green light, ready to go, solid and strong. Total results are 1,006, which is perfect. We want to get this as low as possible. Also, the average bestseller rank is better than the previous. It is sitting at an average of 263,699. The lower the better. Average result is 708, and the average price for this is $10.88. Now, this is specifically for language learning, and this is learning Japanese. So we can create a high content book, we can create an activity book, we can even create a workbook also. And our target audience are teens. Now, we can even niche down further by saying, are the teens girls, are the teens boys, are the teens they have special needs, for example, are they autistic teens, are they teens that are struggling with ADHD? That is all a massive opportunity to sub niche if you would like to niche down further and provide more specific books for your specific audience as well. Now, scrolling down, we do have a couple of books that are selling quite well. As usual, ignoring the top 2 that are sponsored, we have our first book with a BSR of 100,000 and less, and it's sitting at a super low 9,289, selling around 390 copies per month, generating a massive $1,653. And this is a learning Japanese workbook for beginners. Now, also another strategy is to be able to look at books that are selling quite well, no ads running, they fulfill the requirements, is to break down the title and the subtitle. Research this. For example, you found that this book was selling well. Take this exact title, open up a new bar, activate all of the 4 Chrome extensions that we've been talking about, and paste it right over here. Then you can break down the results. That way you're researching at the same time, and you're also actively engaging and looking for good keywords and utilizing them. So that was our first book with 9,289. Our second one also with 46,460, and the title is I'm Learning Japanese, and it's selling around 120 copies per month, also generating on a monthly basis $527. That is the third book that we have, and we are not even halfway through the page, and it's sitting at 21,936, selling around 270 copies, generating $955. Amazing. Now, we have other books as well that are selling well, but for now, this is what we need. We've found a minimum of 3 books, no ads running, selling very well. Let's dive into the final keyword for today's video, which is coloring a book for adult Japanese cosplay kawaii. I think hopefully I've pronounced the last word correctly. And this has a keyword niche score of number 9 by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, and it's categorizing this as a great niche, and also number 9 is the highest on the scale that Amazon Scout Pro is able to offer us. Coming to the total results, they are sitting at a super low 22. Average bestseller rank is a little bit on the higher side, and it's sitting at 560,397, but that's not something to be completely afraid of, because we will be able to utilize it and create a diverse product list in our portfolio, and we are going to create a coloring book that fulfills the exact promise and then move on to the next. The average reviews are 1,594. Average price is $8.46. And as you can see here, there are books that are selling quite well, and it's also good to see also that there are great books. For example, this one, 39,650. Now, this does not mention anywhere that it's about Japan, but it is a kawaii, and they've mentioned this keyword as part of the 7 keyword slots for this exact book, and it's sitting at a bestseller of 39,000, selling around 150 copies per month, generating around $397. Next book we have is 6,886. Nothing mentioned about Japan, but there is the word kawaii in there as well. So it has a bestseller rank of 6,886, selling around 540 copies per month and generating a massive $1,800 on a monthly basis as well. And another book, again, kawaii, nothing about Japan, 26,009. So if you currently have any kawaii kind of coloring book or an activity book, or even a learn to draw book such as this one, go ahead and add this keyword to the 7 keyword slots, and I wish you all the best. These were the 3 keywords for the day. If you enjoyed today's video, like and subscribe. Let me know what kind of videos you're interested in. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye. Welcome back to the channel. Glad to have you here. In today's video, I'm going to dive into 4 profitable Amazon KDP keywords that all have to do with one specific niche, and that is the Japan niche. We're going to dive into these keywords. We're going to have a look at the analytics. We're going to research them fully to give you some ideas and strategies to adopt in order to rank higher for these keywords. Now, if you're new here to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and click on the bell icon in order to be informed on all our new daily videos. We upload daily videos to do with Amazon KDP, revealing profitable keywords as well as tips and strategies to help you make passive income online that I personally have used myself. So you can also find a 30-day free trial linked in the description box below for Creative Fabrica, which includes an all-access trial that allows you to try out Creative Fabrica for a full 30 days, and you can also cancel before the 30 days is up and you will not be charged a cent. Now, with that being said, let's head straight to the first keyword for the day, which is Learning Japanese Workbook for Beginners. Learning Japanese Workbook for Beginners has amazing results, starting with a keyword niche score of 68 by Self-Publishing Titan's Chrome extension. Green light, ready to go, strong and solid. Also, Amazon Scout Pro seems to agree with Self-Publishing Titan's Chrome extension in regards to the keyword niche score, and they have given us a number 8. Now, number 9 is the highest, and we're all happy with number 8 right over here. Also, the total results are under 5,000, which is ideal, and they're currently sitting at 4,276. We have the average bestseller rank under 400,000, and it is averaging 126,200. The average reviews are a massive 1,032, and the average price is $15.34, which results in a greater royalty per sale. Scrolling through, we want to aim to find at least 3 books on the first page with a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less. Starting with this one, there is no ads running for this wonderful book right here, and it is ranking with a BSR of 10,423. Now, it is also ranked in 3 categories, and these are a great way for you to know which categories to choose for your book when you are manually uploading on the KDP platform. Now, it is selling around 360 copies per month, which is amazing, resulting in $1,521 on a monthly basis. Now, this is a sponsor, so we don't want to look at this book, for example, although it has a really good bestseller rank. This one here is not sponsored. It is Japanese from Zero, and it has a bestseller rank of 9,033, and it's also ranked in Japanese language instruction in brackets book. Now it's not using the exact same keyword, which is learning Japanese workbook for beginners, but it is using them in the 7 keyword slots, and that's why it's ranking right here with a really good bestseller rank and selling around 420 copies per month, generating around 6,230 on a monthly basis. We have another book with a BSR of 100,000 and less, which has a BSR of 27,411, selling around 240 copies on a monthly basis, generating 1,821. Another great book with a BSR of 10,000. We have another one with 13,000. We have another one with 11,000 as well, 6,000. That is absolutely amazing. Now, the one previously was the Japanese language writing practice book, and this is also a great way for you to research future keywords as well, is by looking at books with a BSR of 100,000 or less that have consistent sales, that have really good reviews, and they seem to be doing well. You're going to go ahead and copy the title, open a new bar up, and research. Activate all the 4 Chrome extensions that I've talked about in a previous video, linked in the description box below, and have a look at the results yourself. So this is not to copy, this is to get inspiration and see what is working, because we want to get our hands on what's working to really adopt a similar formula, not to copy but to get inspiration. Remember that as well. So that was the first keyword for the day, learning Japanese workbook for beginners. Let's dive into the second one. Our second keyword's flashcards with common Japanese phrases. Now this is absolutely amazing. We have a total result of 19, super low, and a really good high, strong and solid keyword niche score by Amazon Scout Pro Chrome extension, and they have managed to give us a number 9, which is the highest on the scale. We also have a bestseller rank of under 100,000. Now usually we aim for anything that is 400,000 and below to be ideally in a perfect situation, and this one is under 100,000, and it is averaging 61,018. Average reviews of 462. Average price is a massive $17.19. Now, if you're not familiar with how to utilize the flashcard niche in Amazon KDP, then you can go ahead and check out the videos that I talked about step by step on how I do flashcards, but in a more medium content book. That way you'd be able to utilize this wonderful keyword correctly and effectively. Scrolling down, we have a couple of books that are ranking quite well, starting with this one with 51,000. Next we have 24,000. Next we have another really good book that I had a look at, 21,000, 46,000, such as this one, for example. Then again, this is a wonderful keyword that you can research. I'm just going to go ahead, quickly open up a new tab and paste in that keyword that I just had copied in front of you guys, and I'm going to do the exact same when it comes to this one, because this book seems to be selling quite well. It is bringing around 120 sales per month, generating around 524. So we want to kind of look at the structure of the title and the subtitle. The subtitle we won't be able to copy because it is quite long, and we have a better chance at the title. So I want you to be able to routinely be comfortable in doing that. That will really help in getting your book ranking as well, and also getting some ideas for future research, having an Excel sheet opened ideally, or a notebook besides you, so you can be able to have a look at the most recent updated keywords that are ranking quite well. Flashcards with common Japanese phrases is our second keyword. Let's dive into the third keyword for the day, which is Japanese phrase book for travel, and this has a really strong and solid keyword niche score of 78 by Self-Publishing Titans Chrome extension. The total results is 503, below 1,000. The average bestseller rank is below 400,000, which is ideal, sitting at 397, 938. Average reviews 151, and we have the average price of $10.10. Scrolling down, this is a sponsored book. So we're going to skip these. Coming to the first non-sponsored book, it sits at a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less, sitting at 22,868, generating around 1,462 in sales, and selling around 270 copies on a monthly basis. Next book with a bestseller rank of 48,000, selling around 90 pieces per month. This one right here is on the higher side. This one right here is with a bestseller rank of 23,000. So just right now we have found 3 books with a bestseller rank of 100,000 or less. We're not even halfway through the page. This one is selling around 270 per month, 270 copies, generating around 955. We have a couple of others as well that are selling very, very well, as you can see right over here. So we've got our 3 books with a BSR of 100,000 or less, only a quarter way through the first page. Japanese phrase book for travel is amazing. You could also sub-niche according to the audience, because it's not clear whether it's for adults, whether it is for children. You know, you could also, another strategy is, which is a more specific one, is you could, since it is a travel book and since it contains phrases in Japanese, you might want to do a niche specific one according to the career. So if you do Japanese phrase book for travel for doctors, for example, or for nurses or for accountants, that way you could focus on a section with the general phrases that are of course Japanese, and also you could focus on the majority of the book, around 70 to 80% being on the terminology that is specific to that career. Whether it's accountants, it would be, or business, it would be more business related, money related, finance related terminology. If it's for doctors and nurses, it would be more for medical terminology, that kind of thing. That would be absolutely amazing if you could be able to do that as well. And then you would have a section for how, you know, the Japanese language, talking about the Japanese language in a very engaging and interactive way. So there's a lot of ways to go about it. You could even create a series of books starting with your Japanese phrase book for travel, and then onwards you would create a mini series, which is a workbook that's connected to the same high content book, and that allows the customer to apply the knowledge learned in a workbook or in a activity book to do with what they've learned in the high content book, and then that would bring in repeated customers that way. So that was the 3rd keyword. Let's have a look at the final and 4th and final keyword, which is Japanese phrase book for kids, with a really good keyword niche score of 61 by self-publishing Titus Chrome extension. Amazon Scout Pro has also given us a number 6, categorizing this as a nice niche. We also have the total results of 240, under 1,000, and the bestseller rank a little bit on the higher side, but that's okay because we can sub niche according to the children's age groups, such as, is it really for small children like preschoolers, or is it for children that are more, you know, around the age, let's say, of 8 to 12, for example. It has a bestseller rank of 686,121, and the average reviews are 149. Average price is $13.45. Another strategy, if you're concerned about the BSR being a little bit on the higher side, you could utilize this amazing keyword as part of the 7 keyword slots for any book that you've created. Let's say, for example, this one fits the box and you would like to create this one. That would be your title. And then you would utilize maybe another keyword that would be your subtitle, and then you would have this one for children with a BSR that's slightly higher to be in the 7 keyword slots. So that way you fulfill the title and the subtitle keywords to be everything perfect in terms of the total results being under 1,000, the BSR being in a good condition under 400,000, but the keywords that are the 7 keywords in the 7 keyword slot, they don't need to have a bestseller rank in the perfect category which is under 400,000. They can be keywords that are connected to that one book, but they have slightly higher bestseller rank. That will really help with your rankings, and it will allow your book to hopefully rank in on the first page for this keyword. For example, try adopting that strategy. It has worked perfectly for me, and that is why I'm sharing this here on the channel. I wish you all the best. Take care and have an amazing, great day. Bye bye.